you bring that to any hood, you're gonna get judged. But I grew up here though.
Yeah, he or she got money, like.
But I grew up here though.
Yeah,
I'm the same way as you.
Yeah, yeah.
I just thought of a different way to get out the system. You got caught up in the system and stayed there.
Nah, yeah.
And that's
and
what
want to
I meant.
live that life of.
And that's what I'm trying to
Not
say about
being out the system.
about most materialistic things. That people will see the materialistic thing and be like, judge you right away. Like, look at you. Now I'm still struggling. Struggling doesn't mean I can't help you. I'm helping you because I'm doing it out of love. You know what I mean? And that's what most people do with struggle. You know what I'm saying? I'm hurting, but I'm still gonna help you out of love. That's what I love about blacks and Latinos is that's what happens all the time within the community.
So that's why I feel like that's like you're right. That's like, yo, I don't have to be a different person. Actually, like we can still help each other out.
Basically,
you know what I mean. But like I said, it does change, and it does. And again, it's the media, society, like whatever they want you to believe, the perception of.
Yeah, and I really started seeing this topic pop up too when it was hip hop's 50th anniversary, and then there was this whole debate on who started hip hop.
Yeah, that's another thing too.
Like that's really when I really started first seeing like they were trying to divide us and say like, nah, no Puerto Ricans was there back then when in the beginning.
And we was in the Bronx,
hip-hop.
mind you.
Yeah, right. So it's like, how can you really say that though, bro? Where you got DJs that was there, that was Puerto Rican, and
you're right.
We still had our own, like everybody had their own genre of music, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like what hip hop was that we just all came together and we just blended into one.
Yep.
And that's how hip hop came about.
Yep.
Because from the beats, that's Hispanic music right there. You feel me, with the salsa, the bachata, beats right there, and then you got other genres that's also adding into that, like the pop.
The pop,
what else? R&B. Jazz.
It started,
So
that's why even to piggyback off what you're saying, you know, like shout out to Charlie Chase as one of the Puerto Rican DJs from back in the days. My man Crazy Legs, shout out to him too. He's one of the best dancers from back in the days, the b-boy dancing and all that. That right there made the culture even better when they united each other to do that. And even Grandmaster Flash from the starters of hip hop and Africa Bambaataa, them two right there, you know, that blended everything together. The music, the noise, like you said, the beats and the salsa music kicking in from the Afro, Caribbean type of music from Africa and stuff like that, even the Afro-Cuban for the salsa, you know, that's what makes everything even better with salsa and everything. That's why I agree with you with the whole thing about the unity and stuff.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, like, so, you know, and going to what you're saying with the whole 50th, and it's the media perpetrates that narrative. Like, you gotta understand, like, they can throw things out there and people will start picking sides, like, oh yeah, that is true, that, and you letting somebody else dictate what you really know it was, and it is, like, you know what I mean, we don't have to be divided. These are people that are like coming from somewhere that they came from. Well, certain people that don't know, that are high up there, they're speaking for us down here, right? When they don't know what's going on, or maybe they do because they study us. But why? Because of what you were saying with the materialistic stuff, they start bringing that and putting people against each other with that, right? So it's like the media could definitely put you in a space that will happen if you let it.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
So
yeah, like I don't know if y'all remember, but I think this was around where like people was like looting, and there was like a little situation that had happened in Dykeman, and it was cause it was like,
I remember that.
It was like two black kids, right? And they was walking in Dykeman, and you had just mad Dominicans. I guess they had chased them out of Dykeman or something.
They thought it was.
Yeah, it was something like that. I don't really remember too much, but I remember watching the video.
Yeah,
like
it was like
that.
9/11. There, I mean, 9/11.
Whoa.
No, it was the COVID.
Yeah,
It was the COVID that they were looting to Fordham and all that shit. Like,
oh yeah. So
Dykeman was like, nope, we're not letting that shit happen.
Yeah, so they thought that the black kids was gonna fuck up they shit, whatever. And that right there started a whole controversy, like, oh, but like how you were saying, like, oh, but Dominicans is black, whatever. And I remember after that, you had people like My Son and all these other figures. They went over to Dykeman just to have like basically like a unity program, like just right there, like, nah, it wasn't that.
It wasn't all about that.
It was a whole misconception behind it. So they was basically just trying to clear it up, like, nah, we all get along here.
And this is why
it wasn't what you seen on the video.
Yeah, this is why you gotta be right. That's and they would take those clips for clickbait just to give that narrative to be like, yo, look, they're beefing on that shit. Like, You don't want to have that, and that's what's actually creating the division between everybody.
And it's crazy because during the Dominican Day Parade, they had cut some of that short because they had said something. They were playing too much loud music outside of the parade, right? That it kind of created too much of a crowd. But if you really think about it, the most visible exchange between two cultures is music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we relate.
We relate to the music. So when they shut that down, it's like shutting down a block party, at a regular borough, in the Brooklyn Bronx or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because they playing loud music, So it shows you that we unified so much in music.
Yeah, we definitely relate a lot.
That the other side where the badges that don't like it, that they'll be like, nah, minorities and fucking music and the tiki-tiki-tang, tiki-tiki-tang, tiki-tiki, and all that, the reggae music and all that. I'm tired of all this shit. That's a good thing.
Let me tell you, man. I grew up around Bedford Park, right? And it was crazy because we lived in a building. It was dominantly Spanish people. Dominicans in the first floor, Puerto Rican and Honduran in the second, Puerto Rican, Dominican, the third. We was in the fourth, Puerto Rican. She was white, but she was a hood. Like she was one of those. You need that. You need the little flake of that. There's always a little flake of that, right? Like that. And then you had a white man. He was like weird. Like he would collect newspaper and all that shit. Like he was just
one of those. Yeah.
One of those like a hoarder and that shit. But we would go up there when we was kids and be like, yo, you think it was $1 and all that shit? He would give it to us. Like, he'd be one of those. But you gotta walk up the 5th floor, bro. That shit's crazy.
No elevator. No
elevator.
Too. That's one of those buildings that you got like 7 floors, no elevator though.
No.
So if you do food shopping,
okay, he just took the shit right out of my exactly my thing. My mom had 5 kids. Imagine food shopping for and mind you, food stands used to go a long way back then, man. What the compras used to be crazy.
3 shopping carts.
What? But then when she me vas a buscar la compra. Man, you gotta have like 3 bags on each side. Like trying to walk up all
and
these.
she ain't carrying out one bag.
You gotta go back downstairs after just dropping the first set off. Then you gotta come right back down.
And I'm the oldest boy.
Yeah.
So imagine. It's like I gotta take more responsibilities, bro. But you know what I'm saying? So it was like that. But then the building next door was straight Jamaicans.
Yeah.
Straight Jamaicans. But guess what?